بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. نوينا الأربعين، نوينا الاعتكاف، نوينا الخلوات، نوينا الرياضة، نوينا العزلة في هذا المسجد، نوينا السلوك في هذا المسجد. تاركاتنا الصحبة وخير في جميع. Our way is built on association, sahbat, to sit together, brothers and sisters, in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and in the presence of awliya. We believe they're present with us. If you can find one to sit with him in person, well and good. If not, we sit by intention and ask our Lord to complete the process, inshallah. The important thing is to come together and sit, even for a few moments. According to our beliefs, power comes. There is a power, spiritual power, called himma. Himma. That makes everything to move. Without it, you can't do anything. No one can move, no one can do anything. And especially for good deeds, by good deeds I mean those things that take you closer to Allah, closer to God. The power to do those things, especially we call himma. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was described as al-mumid al-himam, mumidun himam, the one who spread all the himmas, all the powers. Allah gave him a rank and a specialty it's impossible to describe. And what can we say? Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. We're ordinary people. Prophets, and especially the seal of prophets, was not ordinary people. They were chosen by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for heavenly missions. And the seal of prophets, Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he summed up all of it. He said, my flag is over the children of Adam on the judgment day. And he said, I say that without pride. It's simply a statement of fact. It's a hadith. Every nation, every ummah, every kaum finally is under his banner. Allah knows. What's that meaning? If we go deep into it, people can't carry it. To speak on religious subjects or spiritual subjects is difficult nowadays. The internet goes everywhere. Reaches all kinds of people with all kinds of beliefs and ideas. Good intentioned people and bad intentioned people. I was looking at a political channel the other day that I like to watch it sometimes. And they have chat room. When you see the chat room, you want to chat also. I put something. Chat, you have 2 seconds to say something. Put whatever. Somebody called me out by name. Oh, Abdul. Said, you're swimming with sharks. Be careful. And it's like that. I didn't tell you that. You're swimming with sharks here. It's better to be no one, to be unknown. Everybody now wants to be famous, wants to be well known. But to be well known, it means you become well targeted also. If you stick your head up, somebody wants to take it. And spiritual subjects, tasawwuf subjects, not everyone can understand them. Not everyone can understand the subtleties and mysteries, and mostly the awliya don't speak about them. Because people say, what? Even fellow religionists are going to object. Because everybody has an understanding level, a ceiling. Beyond that, they can't go. If somebody is speaking from past my understanding ceiling, I can't carry it. Holy Quran says, وَفَوْقَ ذِي الْكُلِّ إِلْمٌ عَلِيمٌ. Over everyone who knows something is someone who knows more. Some they translate it, over everyone who knows something is the one who knows more, meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Goes without saying. It's not necessary to say that. For us, it means for every one of us who knows something, there's someone who knows more. And the proof of that is in Surah Kahf. We're ordered to read that every Friday. The verse of the cave. In that verse, there's a chapter for Sayyidina Musa, alayhi salam. Peace be upon him, Moses. He was one of the highest level knowledge people ever lived. They say 5 Ulul Azam, the greatest ones. Sayyidina Adam, Sayyidina Noah, Sayyidina Moses, Sayyidina Ibrahim, Sayyidina Isa, Sayyidina Muhammad. And even he was finding things he didn't understand. He was known as Kalimullah. Kalimullah. He would speak with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He would go to Turi Sinin, mountain of Sinai, and there he would in some ways speak, have a dialogue with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He saw him as a fire or a burning bush or something. Something attracted him there. Inni anastu nara. I see a fire on the mountain, he said to his family, and he went and saw something and was taken into the divine presence. And he said to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, "Oh my Lord, let me to understand something more. You gave me a lot of knowledge. You gave me Torah, the Old Testament, they say. But still I'm asking to know about the workings of your irada, the divine will. Why things happen the way they happen. You gave me a system how everything should be, and nothing was following that system. What's the secret of that? And Allah said to him, O Musa, that knowledge you're asking, there's only one way to get it. I decreed in the book, eternal book, Holy Quran, over everyone who knows something is someone who knows more. You have to go to someone that I gave that knowledge to them and take from him. You have to go to him, and whatever his conditions to give it, you have to follow those conditions. Don't ask to me. You go to that one and take it. Musa, he agreed. He didn't say, I'm Musa, how can you send me to somebody? I'm talking with you, oh my Lord. He went and he said, he made a firm, the Prophet said, Innama amalu biniyat. The first hadith, your actions is according to your intentions. He set a firm intention. He said, make a good intention for everything. He made a firm intention, said, I'm not going to stop until I reach that one that Allah told about. He said it in poetic language, until I reach the place where the two seas meet. Shariat and Haqiqat, some have said like that. Known knowledge and unknown knowledge. The place, the one, it means the one who was given that knowledge. I'm asking, spiritual, high spiritual knowledge. And he set off with his companion, and they had a miraculous sign. When that sign came, they said, this is the place we're looking for. They had a fish for their meal, for their lunch. It was a cooked fish, fried or roasted, boiled something, a cooked fish. And it was in a basket. The fish, according to tradition, jumped out of the basket, went into the sea, and swam off. Musa didn't see it, his companion saw it. He was walking with the basket. They said, oh, I forgot to tell you. How we forgot to tell? He said, Shaitan made me forget. Shaitan made me forget, made me not to be alert. On the spiritual way, we have to be alert. Are we alert? We have to say no. Astaghfirullah. Al-an al-mustaqidhan becomes important. Now I am awake. I was joking. I gave a talk in some place, non-Muslim people. They said there was a guy who wrote a book, and he made for himself a, mantra, something to repeat, to inspire himself. He wrote, now I am awake, now I am awake, now I am awake. He used to repeat it to himself. I put it into the Google Translate, now I am awake. What's it in Arabic? And it comes, press the button, Al-an, and then mustaqidhan. I said, okay. And the Shaykh said, yes, it's like that. So Shaitan, our enemy, Shaitan lakum aduwwun fataqidhuhu aduwwa. Shaitan is your enemy, take it as your enemy. He comes as our friend. He doesn't say, I'm Shaitan coming to mislead you and take you to Jahannam, to hell. He says, I'm your best friend coming to advise you. If we listen, we fall down. Rabbi Arina Ashya'a Kama Hiya. We're swimming in that ocean now. Rabbi Arina Ashya'a, or asking to swim in that ocean. It's too big a word to say we're swimming in it. We're asking to be in that ocean. Prophet used to pray, oh my Lord, show me things as they really are. Jalaluddin Rumi added a poem for that. First he said that, Rabbi Arina Ashya'a Kama Hiya. Show me things as they really are. You might show a thing as beautiful and it's really ugly or dangerous. You might show something as ugly or dangerous, and really it's good or beautiful. Show me things as they really are so I don't fall into the trap. الآن أنا مستقيا. أريني أشياء كما هي. Let me see things as they really are. Or another famous dua, أرينا حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرينا باطنا وارزقنا اجتنابه. Show me truth or goodness or correctness as being correct and enable me to follow it, and show me the wrong thing as being wrong. Because Prophet said, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, this is the last days. In the last days, good will be seen as bad and bad will be seen as good. People will see something which is good for them and say this is bad, and everyone will know it's bad. Something good, everyone will say no, this is no good. Commonly, people will say no. If you ask 100 people, 99 will say no, it's no good, and it's good for them. So we're asking to know true from false. May Allah give power to our damir, to our conscience, to distinguish. Farouk, to distinguish good from bad. Furqan. So they found that miraculous sign, Musa and his Fatah, his companion, and they went to that place and they found the person they were looking for. Every Friday we remember him, Sayyidina Khidr alayhi salam. Who is Khidr? We were talking about him yesterday. He appeared on a Turkish channel. They were talking about him. Who is Khidr alayhi salam? Say the green man. He's been on this world for a long time. He might be the last one out at the end to turn the lights off. They said about him, he was, in ancient times, he was a soldier in an army that was surrounded by the enemy. And they were cut off and they had no water, nothing. And his brothers were thirsty, nobody. And he exposed himself to danger to go search for the water to bring back to the others. And he found, because on account of his bravery and his self-sacrifice, he found the water of life, the fountain of eternal. And he was dressed with secrets, divine secrets. And Moses said to him, "Oh, Khidr," Allah described him as someone that we gave knowledge and mercy from ourselves, min ladun, from ourselves, directly, without studying, without reading, without, it was given. Prophet said, what Sayyidina Abu Bakr took from knowledge and wisdom, I poured it, gave it immediately to him, transferred it in a moment. Sabba, like filling the cup. Not I taught him. It was given. And that to receive knowledge from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the goal for everyone following a prophet. Holy Quran says that every prophet, Nabi, and every wise person who had hikmat, wisdom, all of them were calling people to be Rabbaniyun. Rabbaniyun, Sayyid Abdul Aziz Adaba, bless him, he said, it's a word from Syriac language, the language of Sayyidina Adam, language of the angels. Imam Suyuti said a strange thing, the questioning in the grave is going to be in Syriac. The angels are going to come in Syriac language. It's a strange language. It has huge meanings for those who know it. And the Rabbaniyin, Kunu Rabbaniyin. Rabbaniyun, Rabbaniyin. Kunu Rabbaniyin, says Holy Quran. All of them said, Kunu Rabbaniyin, be that. He said it means the one, like Khidr alayhi salam, that Allah gave him. Every prophet and every person of wisdom, means every wali, was trying to raise his people up till their hearts were open and receive that light that can't be found from study. He didn't say don't study, it's just that it's something can't be found from studying. It's meaning behind the meaning. Words symbolize realities. If you see a word on a page, it symbolizes something in reality. And so many meanings. So Musa said to Sayyidina Khidr alayhi salam, accept me, teach me, accept me to accompany you to learn that knowledge that Allah gave you, Rabbaniyun, that He poured into your heart. And Sayyidina Khidr said, I can't. I can't. Why not? You won't be able to understand it. If I try to give you the knowledge I have, you can't carry it. Your understanding isn't wide enough. There are things you can't say to a small child, they won't understand anything about it. Your knowledge isn't up to it. If I tell you, you'll revolt. Musa said, please, I'm paraphrasing Holy Quran, you could read the verse for yourself. It's said much more elegantly. Musa said, please, I'll be patient. You'll find me patient. I'll be patient with you. And Khidr said, okay. He knows he's not going to be patient, but he said, okay. The lowest thing I'll accept from you, at least you accompany me. And I told you already, you're not going to be able to take it. So know this, and whatever you see me do, don't say anything. At least don't say anything. Don't make any objection, just whatever you see, you take it in. Keep quiet. You'll be a sponge, absorb it. Absorb it or spit it out, but don't say anything. And Moses agreed to that conditions. And you know the story of Surah Kahf. He had 3 incidents with Khidr alayhi salam that he couldn't accept it. Khidr did 3 things that he wasn't able to understand it. And 3 times he objected. He couldn't keep quiet. He said, but, I told you once, I told you twice, I told you 3 times. How does it go? Finish. This is the discrimination between you and me. Is you're out. Class dismissed. And then he told him why he did what he did. He said it wasn't my will, it was Allah's will. You were asking about Allah's will. Allah's will goes in ways you can't understand it. He does as He likes. Yafal ma yurid. He does what He wants. Muqtadir. Qadir Muqtadir. The definition of Muqtadir, when Grand Sheikh was trying to explain it to Maulana Sheikh Nazim said to us, he closed the book, he said, I can't. Muqtadir, Allah's beautiful name, absolutely able to do whatever He wants to do without any impediment. Completely different from us. It's not human quality. Whatever He wants to do, He did it. And you can't say anything. He knows what He created. He knows that we don't know. So he did 3 lessons for Musa alayhi salam, and he left them as things for Moses to think about, reflect on later. Shaykh Nazim said they're like bridges for Sayyidina Musa to go back and cross over to a higher understanding when if he thought about those things that happened to him. And it's like that anytime we come to situations we don't understand. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He does as He likes. His life unfolds the way He wants to unfold it. If we step back and think about it and surrender, we might reach a higher, it might be a bridge for us to go to a higher understanding. At least we have to know we're not ready yet to come up higher. I don't want to make it long. There was another story that Mawlana Shaykh Nazim used to say for Sayyidina Khidr alayhi salam. There are several versions of it. There was a man, he was a good person. He wanted to help other people. He wanted to give a sadaqah to poor people to take away all their sufferings. He thought to him, people, they don't have. If I was able to give all of them to take them out of their problems, I would do it. And he heard that Sayyidina Khidr had a pot of gold, a chest of gold, that no matter what you took out, it never came empty. Prophet ﷺ, one time there was no wheat. There was no wheat, no food in the area. There was a drought. And the people had no flour. They didn't eat rice, and they had bread. And people were crying and complaining. He said, any of you has any wheat left in their house? Anything? They went and looked. Somebody had a small sack of wheat. Said, bring it to the mill. They put in the mill. Flour started to come out. Every time they took, it never came empty from the. One day somebody said, I wonder how much is left in here. I have to check. I keep taking it. As soon as he began to count it, it ran out. I've mixed two stories, but never mind. Who reached old age, he became like he was when he was a child. He wants to see Khidr alayhi salam to get that pot of gold to take away people's sufferings. It was a real intention. His heart was pure. And Allah made him to meet Khidr one day. He's on the road, and someone appeared to him and said, I'm the one you're looking for. You're Khidr? Yes. You have that gold that I can give to people? Yes, I'm going to give you. But as Mawlana Shaykh Nazim used to say the story, first, I want to give you a sadaqah for myself. Before you do your sadaqah to everyone, I have something, you haven't asked me, you want that gold from me, I have something I want to give you as a sadaqah. Honored. He should have seen it coming, but Sayyidina Khidr took his turban and put on that man's head, and another version, his juba also. He said, now you're Khidr. Go to the town and see what you see. Now he's dressed as Khidr alayhi salam. And he wasn't only dressed, Khidr dressed him with a vision, Khidr vision. Supervision. He went to the town and he was looking, and where there used to be people, he was seeing human bodies, but the head of a snake, the head of a goat, the head of an ox, the head of a shark, the head of a wolf, a scorpion, all swarming everywhere. He looked, Sayyidina Khidr came up next to him and he says, "These are the people you want to help?" He said, "Oh Khidr, what is this? I gave you something to see them as they are. Rabbi Arina Ashya Kamahiya. I gave you from Prophet's secret dua, oh my Lord, let me see things as they really are. I'm showing you these people as they really are through their egos. One person is like a snake, one like a rat, one like a this, like a that, like a donkey, like an ox, like a wolf, like a fox, like an ox, as Muhammad used to say. These are the people as they are with their egos. Until they're going to change that bad ego into a real human form, what good is that sadaqah going to give them? If you give a bag of gold to a donkey or to a goat, I gave a coin once to a goat. I tried. Sheikh Nazim used to say, take it to the laboratory and experiment. I remembered it. One day I happened to be looking after some goats. It happened. Don't think it can't happen, it could happen. And I remembered what Sheikh said. I went in my pocket. I had a coin. I gave it to the goat. He looked at me. He bit it. He looked at me. Says, silver, it's good for it. He's looking at anything again. I said, okay, never mind, I'll keep it. Until these people will change their egos into a real human being, what you want is not going to help them any. Leave them until they fix themselves. That's my sadaqah for you. And Prophet ﷺ, his sadaqah for us was to leave us that holy dua. He said, I left you the Quran and my Sunnah. And in the Sunnah is that dua, Rabbi Arina Ashya Kama Hiya. It's an important dua. It's short but sweet. All the Prophet's hadith, short but sweet. If you read hadith, the hadith is this long. The commentary and the isnad might go for pages. The hadith is short. Make it easy for people. Show me things as they really are, oh my Lord. And it means we have to look at ourselves to see ourselves as we really are first. May Allah save us from the hands of our ego. It shows itself to us as if it's something very good and very high. Inshallah, I became famous through the internet and speaking to huge crowds. I must be a huge person of vast knowledge and wisdom. If I was to open my full wisdom, might be that millions would pass away. To see as we really are. Nothing. We're nothing. One was saying today, Allah established the creation, He erases it also. Where's the generations who came before us? Where's our grandparents and great-grandparents? For some of us, our parents. They're gone. They were here once. What happened? Now a new crew. 20 years ago, you couldn't find this group sitting. It was a different group. Where are they? Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. May Allah make us to take something from this sitting, from this sohbah, the speaker and the listeners. Ask always higher knowledge. Ask knowledge of yourself. Oh my Lord, let me see my own ego as it is. To know truth as truth, good as good, and to follow it, and bad as bad, not to follow it. Let me see my what's good, which is Prophet sallallahu to follow him, and what is no good, my ego, not to follow him. Enable me, grant me the power, the himmah, Ya Mu'minu himmah, who spread the himmah, grant me enough power to not to follow my ego. Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum.